I'm Matt Stout from Ottsville, Pennsylvania, and this is my mini bike. This build was inspired by all the stuff that's going on in Milwaukee with the Flat Out Friday and the Mama Tried show. Came out here 2 years ago. Everything got shut down because of COVID. The only thing we did was race mini bikes in parking lots. Went home, man, I got to build some mini bikes. You know, a well-equipped metal fabrication shop. I need to build the mini bike of all mini bikes, and there it is. So when this bike started to become seriously talked about, my friend Jason and I, who was hands down one of the best motorcycle riders, the best all-around motorcycle rider that I have ever ridden with. So he came over and he also races flat track. He races a Hooligan and Flat Out Friday, and he's who really brought me out here for the first time. We started talking about what's gonna make a really good race-oriented mini bike. So we took my old 1975 Sears and Roebuck mini bike and put it on the bench, and we said, well, this one handles well through the turns, it's really stable, and then we grabbed some other elements from other flat track bike and morphed them into this one. This was the vision. This, you know, the side profile of that was the vision. It was just getting all the ergonomics worked out. So I call that chop busters rules. So where there's no rule book, but if you show up with the best suspension to a mini bike race, you're gonna get your chops busted. So here we've created a race-oriented mini bike, rigid rear suspension, 12-inch wheels, rear brake only, no front brake. This is a mini bike. This is an interesting one for me. Normally I freestyle things together. Cut it, bend it, weld it, make it work. It's got to work once. This, I collected all the data, every little bit, every measurement, made a fixture for every single part. Drew everything on the computer, so now I have that data, so now I can repeat it for the other mini bike enthusiasts and the boonie bike racers here in Milwaukee, and hopefully across the country. I am dabbling in manufacturing mini bikes, and I use that term very carefully because across the path with work and play, too many times I'm trying to keep them separate and make sure that I do understand that this is to keep a smile on my face and work is work, so I'm very cautious when I mix the two. The easiest part of the build was producing the second chassis. You know, all the hard work was done, have all the data there, repeat it. So we have the fabrication time down to about 2 hours to produce one chassis. The first chassis took approximately 6 weeks. And my favorite piece, probably the heat shield on the exhaust. Fun little thing, just took it, kind of stole the style from the 70s Hondas. You know, little baby heat shield with holes in it, stamp them through the machine, bend them like a taco, bolt it on. If I calculated the total time invested in this mini bike, I would probably stop dealing with mini bikes. I wouldn't keep track of time because, it's one step at a time now. This is to keep a smile on my face, have laughs, lots of smiles per gallon. That's what it's all about.